All right, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of questions on YouTube right now about the trajectory of the bullet, which, you know what? I'm starting to, I'm starting to understand what they're saying because the whole vest and his t-shirt are lifting upwards. And I can't figure out why everyone is saying, well, it ricocheted off the body armor. Okay, I can believe a bullet ricocheting. But back upwards, when the trajectory is downwards, it should have hit and continued to skip off to the bottom. Now, let's take a look at a photo of this, which, folks, warning, this could be graphic, looking at this and stuff. So, now if we take a look at this, post this channel in my chat. Folks, make sure you go over and check out Paramount Tactics. And we'll post it in my description. Go over there and check it out. I do believe that's his channel. Now, if you look at this whole thing, oh no, wait, this ain't. This is another guy's channel. Wait a minute. I got the wrong one. But this is also another good thing. I think I just posted this guy, and he is forensic engineering and failure. So this photo, and this is not for the faint-hearted. What's the t-shirt and vest doing? It's going upwards. And I'm confused because even if the bullet splintered, don't you think that it would continue and he'd have wounds on the bottom part of him? But it seems like the whole vest, even if it was a downward trajectory from 2 stories up on the building, the angle of the bullet is already on its way downward. So when it hit that vest, it actually should have pulled everything downward. And we would see, instead of freedom going upwards in an angle like a bow, like this guy drew on the photo here, we would see that angle downward, not upward. It's very crazy. Now, I'm no professional, and these guys are professional military snipers and SWAT guys that we're watching and listening to, or X, right? And a lot of people are bringing that up, and I agree. The impact to what I'm seeing is coming from lower. Now, why are we not seeing the freedom instead of going upwards and the whole vest lifting upwards? Why are we not seeing it downwards when the trajectory of the shot was downwards from 2 stories up? Actually, 3 to 4 stories, because Charlie was in a real low lying area of all of the university. That was like down in a hole. So it was actually higher. It was higher than what people realized. It was definitely higher than 2 stories. And I'm just wondering, how many people were there? Who knows? We really don't know, because it's the right to carry on that campus. So who knows how many people had a weapon there? But I agree with what I said in the first video I did of this. After we slowed it down and watched, it looked like it was coming from below. The impact, it lifted the whole vest upward. Why are we not seeing it going downwards? If this was such a high shot coming from that high, shouldn't we be seeing that freedom make a smiley face instead of a frown? They got a point there. I have to say, even if the bullet fragmented and it shot up into his neck, we would still be seeing that vest and that freedom be a smiley face. It'd be going downward, and it would continue on its path downward. He would have had fragments on his arms, his legs, instead of it going back up. Now, I'm not saying it's not impossible that a fragment and a piece shot up, but if this round is already coming from up high, why didn't it stay on its trajectory? If it did splinter, was it some kind of a special load that this guy made for him just for this? I don't know. We don't know. We're just YouTube couch potatoes trying to learn something, trying to not let people get away with wrecking people's lives. And it's obvious something's up. I would like to say to the government, hey, listen, either someone's not being honest or our social media is like what you guys are saying out there. We got good ones and we got bad ones. And as we're putting out the good stuff, they're putting up countering it, with bad stuff or fake alt videos, AI. For all we know, an AI computer has taken over and covered up everything. We don't know. And another thing I want to go back and address uh, with the video that somebody put out, which I agree, it does look like there's a couple people behind them, but they're saying them people were security guards or whatever. Maybe they were signaling the other security guards that were there for Charlie, hey, we got someone up on the roof. That's true. Maybe. We don't know if he was signaling to do something bad or signaling to the other undercovers out there that there's somebody up on the roof. You know, maybe. There's a lot to take in consideration here. Now, I agree there's a guy in a black shirt next to him that throws an arm call. But do we really, are we getting the truth? For all we know, a bullet whizzed past him, a smaller caliber that was, he missed because he was too high up. Or he couldn't see the target because of the tent. Maybe this dude thought there wasn't going to be a tent. Maybe he just guessed. Maybe he zeroed in on Charlie. Maybe he got Charlie halfway because the tent was. I'd tear the tent down, see if there's any bull holes in it. Maybe the tent came down so far where he couldn't get a proper headshot, or he just guessed. Maybe, but that's all you got to do is guess. Once he seen that he fell over, he must have thought, well, it connected and he was out of there. Why stick around? Are you kidding me? Don't you think you'd want to get, the more you're there, the more chances you are to be seen or someone to catch you. And now, Tyler Robinson, I think his name is, or whatever, is saying that he knew he was being filmed. Right? What about all the security guards that had this on camera? The cameras were following them. There's a security guard there watching that police. I imagine they knew exactly where he was. It was just a matter of time. They knew what direction he went in, the ring cameras, they had everything. They would have caught him. It's just the story that's going out. And it's possible social media is playing games with us. It's possible CIA, listen, I don't want no trouble with you guys, really, right? It's obvious we're just couch potatoes. We don't care what happened. Well, we care, but it's not like you got to kill us too. We're just YouTubers. Everyone's scared. This sucks. This ain't good for America. Right? You can't even do anything anymore. Hell, I can't even barbecue here. That right there drives someone nuts, right? But there's rules. And if you don't abide by the rules, then people got to go. I agree. I mean, Do you want unlaw? Do you want not rules? And the body count in America would be unbelievable. People dead everywhere. You gotta have justice. You gotta have rules, laws. If not, you're back in the 1800s, the Wild Wild West, and you got people dying for just saying hello to people. You got to get a grip on it. I mean, I'm all for freedoms. I love this country, but I'm not dumb. They have too many freedoms, and this is what a kid walking down the street with a 30-06 uh, hunting rifle, walking down the street, no one sees nothing, gimping along. Um, yeah, what about the house cameras? Them house cameras are focusing on them, watching them the whole time. Is that people getting signals to their Ring camera? Hey, someone's walking by, and the owner's looking, going, "Oh, what the heck?" And they're following him because he already looked obvious, probably. What about the people, his friends and stuff? Right, all kinds of people knew. All of what is that gaming thing? Discord or whatever. And people. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You got to do something. You got to, and not one of them called the police until they got wind that they were getting close to catching them. And the people, I imagine, they were like, "Good God Almighty, yo, Miss Debbie Fox, hello. I didn't see you come in there, little lady. How you doing there, honey? How everything's going? Good. Hope you're doing good. We're just talking about this photo, Debbie. Right? This photo ain't adding up with this. Let me show you with this trajectory that we're seeing here. It just, I don't know what it is, but it just ain't. Right here, he is 3 stories up, folks. He's one tear, 2 tear. He's 3 tears up. Charlie's already in a 20-something foot hole in the ground. This is a very high trajectory coming directly down. That whole vest should have been going the opposite way. And I agree with some of these professionals, something ain't right. And you really don't want to get too deep down the rabbit hole because we'd end up dead. And I love life. I love this country. I love the outdoors. I love God. I love women. I love family. Death is not something I love too much right now. So, yeah, it just ain't adding up. And I really don't care. That's what I'm gonna say. As a you as somebody that loves life, if you're watching, I don't care. We don't know who you are. Just go away. just just go away. Yes, not the groceries though. Oh, you got some groceries? Yes, not at the groceries though. Oh, so this kind of shot down into a hole already. Uh, Very high trajectory coming down, and it's not adding up with this. It's just I don't understand. I don't understand it. I agree. The whole vest is coming up when that shot should have came from way up here. You can see my mouse coming down like this. Boom. This whole vest should be shifting this way or shifting downward, not upward. And that's where because the main velocity, let me switch over so you can see that, folks. Hold on a minute. I can't do it. This is too much at one time, man. This is just too much. Hold on. This right here, this bullet should have been coming down from way up here by this 2A here. It should have been coming down like this, And the main impact, the main force of the weapon trajectory should have hit him in the chest and pushed this whole thing downward. I agree. I also agree it could have fragmented, but this bullet is already on a trajectory of a downward trajectory. The main force of this weapon is going to hit that thing and it's going to shift it way over here, not upward this way. Freaky. I don't know. Weaponry today, rounds today are different. Who knows? This could have been a special round. When it hit, it just splintered all over. We don't know what the idiot did. We don't know what kind of capabilities he had. I agree with people. It does look like the whole vest, the shirt, and everything is on an upper trajectory. When you're looking at a 3, 4 story uh, shot, which the trajectory should have been the opposite of what we're seeing here, at least the main force of it. Now, I agree with these guys. The bullet could have splintered, and once it hit the thing, and a piece of it shot up and hit him in the neck. But why ain't we seeing the force of the downward trajectory instead of an upward trajectory? Is kind of weird, if you ask me. Now, I don't know. I'm not a professional, so go ask some guys. I'm just voicing my opinion. Let's listen to see what Debbie's saying. I mean, if you think about all that, it does add up. But and now why it happened? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And it's crazy because you see this black thing here that he's got, which is like a microphone. They're saying. I was watching some other footage, and when he gets hit, this thing is gone. It's almost like it ends up over here or something, And I'm looking at this, going, "Wait a minute, what did they do? Was he? Were they trying to control him? Because we watch so many movies, our imagination runs wild. When I first seen it, I was like, "Well, do they have a vest on him and trying to control him? If you say one thing about this, it's over with, and the thing explodes underneath the thing and gets him in the neck. I don't know, because this mic thing travels all the way to the wound, and then the shirt comes back down, and that black thing is gone. Now, a lot of people are saying that's a magnet for a microphone, and it blew off or whatever. But you can actually, if you slow it down, you can travel. You can watch this black thing here travel, and it disappears. It's gone. So I don't know. And when the shirt comes back down, why aren't we seeing an impact? Why ain't we seeing an impact on the shirt, a hole on the shirt? And these people are like, well, because it hit them up here in the neck and the collarbone or whatever. Yeah, well, the shirt and the vest shouldn't have moved up like that because there was no shirt there. It was just skin. The bullet should have went right in and came right out, but it didn't. And it's just crazy. A lot of these dudes have perfect scenarios. Anything is possible. This Paramount Tactics dude is right. The bullet could have splintered. A piece of it shot up and hit him in the neck. I agree. But why ain't we seeing a downward shift of the shirt when it was a downward trajectory shot? Why ain't the vest and the shirt going the opposite way? And then I could say, if they said it fragmented and a piece shot up, okay, that's yeah, that's what these professional dudes talk about all the time is fragmentation of bones and of bullets and stuff. When a bullet hits a certain way or a certain thing, it reacts differently and splinters. Yeah, I would say yes, but why aren't we seeing an impact of a trajectory that's 3, 4 stories up? I agree. The wound might be real. The reaction might be real, whatever, you know. And people are saying, well, his face swelled up. Well, yeah, the, you know, the pressure of a bullet or even a fragment uh, yeah, make you swell. The impact, the concussion, the internal pressure of something going in your body will make you swell up or something. It could have fragmented. All it had to be was the size of a 22 by then. That's why they say 22s are very dangerous when it's sniping, because a 22 won't break. It ricochets around. It tears apart and ricochets inside people. It'll hit a bone. It's not a real big round where it'll go right through stuff. It'll hit a bone in it, and it fragments, and the dang thing just turns it into soup, right? And it just bounces around in there. It's not a real high powered round, so it'll break through the bone, but then it don't have enough to make it through it, the other side. But it just spins around in the. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But that's true. Now, a fragment would do that too to him if they hit an artery, right? If it and if it went so far in, well, he's in internal bleeding now. He's going to swell. His face will swell, not from impact, from blood being lost, or blood not making it out of the body, but he's bleeding inside, and that would cause swelling. Right? If it it went in, hit a collarbone, hit a neck bone, whatever, and fragmented more and went up into his head, yes, that would cause, he would be bleeding internally, and that would cause massive swelling itself. Just hemorrhaging in the body causes swelling. Well, that also will cause that. I know the guy was saying, well, the bullet went into his head. That's probably true, and he's swelling because, yeah, well, he's bleeding inside, so that's going to cause a lot of swelling and stuff, and trauma to the muscles and everything. They contract and everything. So I would say, yeah, but I'm not seeing. I don't know. We'll let the professionals handle it. Will we ever get the truth? I don't know. Have we ever got the truth about the? I mean, it's been what, 100 years, and we're just finding out about uh, JFK and other stuff. So will we ever know? Who knows? All we can do is keep going on peacefully. That's all we can do is go on peacefully. We know the world is evil. A lot of it, as godly people, kind people, nice people. All we can do is go on and say, yes, we acknowledge, Lord, that the devil is real. Uh, I've always known that. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Let me see what Debbie's saying. Not a vest you can see his boobs. Well, the like I told you, Debbie, they bulletproof stuff has come so far. He could have had a T-shirt on, and the material that we use for T-shirts today for bulletproofing, all you need is that T-shirt. It's made out of Kevlar. There's not even a plate in it. It's crazy. I've seen it myself. That's it. They make jackets too like that. There's no plating in it. The whole thing is woven, some kind of woven Kevlar or something. But the plate itself, Debbie, would be a lot smaller, and you would see his boobs. And I think the what I think right now, I think the reason we can see his boobs so good right now and his two boobs or whatever is because the impact of the bullet and the trajectory pushed the armor upwards so far that it almost hit him in the chin. It almost hit him in the chin. So maybe that's why we're seeing his boobs like that. But a lot of people say he didn't have armor on. But then there's a lot of people who said they talked to his security team, and he always wore body armor. Always. I don't know if that's true, but I mean that's what they're saying. Yeah, we did, Debbie. We seen it. This is the impact, Debbie. This is before the blood comes out. Okay, this is the impact of being hit, and this is before you see the hole and everything. We're just trying to figure out the trajectory of the bullet. So, yeah, you're right, Debbie. That could be fake. It could be fake. But this is what we're trying to say. This is what Trump and everyone's trying to say, and the certain people is it could be AI. AI could have did this. People are putting this stuff into AI. That's true. That's true. This whole thing, social media, right? Trump's talking about that. You folks are the cause of it. I think he said with fake social media and everybody can cover a story and put their own twist on it and use their own CGI techniques and everything and create their own madness. And if you got millions of viewers, well, now millions of viewers are going to believe the video you just put out. Very very crazy topic and stuff. It's just crazy. I put this guy's channel, I believe, in my chat. Let me do it again, just in case I didn't. And you folks can go over there and check out his channel. There it is. Let me put it in my description. I don't know. It just ain't adding up. It just don't. What do I think? I think Charlie got there, set up the tent. Whether this dude knew there was going to be a tent, he went high, and it's possible he couldn't get the shot he wanted, and he just took it. It connected, whatever. Maybe it didn't connect, and somebody hit him low. They hit him high and low, just in case. You know, the one guy missed. Maybe that was. Who knows? We don't know. It's very confusing. And we want to trust these people. We want to trust these people where we say these people believe in God and God is working through these people, and these people won't lie to us. So we can trust these people no matter what, with our lives, with all the information that's coming out on them, on all these cases, that it's 100% accurate. I wish we could do that. I wish we could do it. It was AI. We're not sure. We don't know. AI, like I said, the AI computer might have taken over everything. We don't know. These people have AI. They can use it themselves. That kind of technology in people's hands that are crazy. Well, they can do all kinds of stuff. They can make Ronald McDonald look like uh, a crazy man, a killer. It's not good. People think it's a joke. I'm like, no. The only one that should have that kind of capabilities is no one really, because now anybody is acceptable to computer generated madness. Right? You come home one night, you're eating dinner, and next thing you know, your door gets barreled in, and you're looking down the barrel of assault rifles by the United States government, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Right? You conspired to go take over the whole. What the hell are you talking about? We got the evidence. What evidence? And there it is, all computer generated. Crazy? It sure is crazy. This is stuff that should only be in movies. But then again, this is the greatest movie in the world. Life, the most scariest and the most greatest, depending on what situation it is. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. You know, there's actually people out there saying this was all staged to bring attention to more stuff that went bad. I can't believe these people. Charlie knew he was going to get shot that day, but that's why he had his bulletproof vest on, right? This was all, and it went bad. It ricocheted, it splintered apart. They weren't counting on that. And he got, I've heard it all already today on this dang internet. I stopped over. I was going through channels. Debbie Fox. I was going through channels, and that lady Sarah that you watch, somebody was hurting goats. I heard him scream. It was a woman. It sounded like a goat. It sounded like a goat. It's horrible. Yeah, you know Sarah Debbie. She has an alt personality. She thinks sometimes she's uh, Ernie Shell. I think so. Can we save her? I think we can save her. I think we can fix her. Something ain't adding up. What photos are real and what photos are AI? Your guess is as good as ours. And this is the troubles we are dealing with as law enforcement. It's too easy to set someone up today. It's too easy to forge and set people up. Did you see did you see London? They were in the streets by the millions, millions, chanting Charlie Kirk, millions in the streets, holding up photo. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? I never seen that many London English people in the streets. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Millions of the blokes out there in the streets. Unreal. This picture looks so fake. It might be, Debbie. It might be. But I'm saying this is what I'm saying, Debbie. I don't know if this photo is real. If this photo is real, what we are seeing is an upper trajectory shot to the chest, and then it splintered off and continued on its path upward, hitting him in the neck. That's what I'm seeing. If this photo is real and not computer generated or AI. Can I say that much, Miss Debbie Fox? I know you're a very controversial woman and you have your own mind. But I'm saying from this photo, if this is real, then I'm seeing a hit from below and it continued on its way after it hit the uh, body armor and either splintered or just continued on its way, and it saved his life by not getting him in the chest, but it and as it ricocheted off or splintered, it got him in the neck. If this photo is real, Debbie Fox says it don't match her channel all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me. All I'm saying is this photo here that you're showing looks extremely photoshopped, and that's true. Now, someone said they photoshopped around his mouth and neck to blur it out so you didn't see the impact of the neck. Okay, they blurred that out. You see how his mouth looks foggy? You can't see his lips, you can't see anything. That was photo op, they said, because they didn't want to show the blood pumping out. But the impact itself, they didn't touch. And what am I seeing? Well, the freedom is going upwards on it. The whole vest is going upwards. Now, I can see a t shirt, all these high tech dudes saying, well, the velocity of the bullet caused a vacuum and it sucked the shirt up. Okay, fine, but not a body armor. That's also moving upwards. A t shirt, yes, I can see that. But the whole body armor plate is moving upwards. I don't know about that. Miss Debbie Fox says that is too far fetched, Johnny. It might be. It just might be. But what are we seeing? We're seeing an upward trajectory. That's what I'm seeing. It did ricochet. It did splinter, but on an upward path. And it continued, caught him in the neck. Why? Well, because the trajectory of the bullet from being shot 4 stories up should have continued on its path downward, and we would have had these fragmentations downward on Charlie's body. His arms, his midsection, his legs, they would have got it, not upwards. Now, I don't know. I'm not a physicist. I'm not Albert Einstein. Can a body on can a bullet fragment uh, being shot from an upper trajectory fragment and the fragments shoot upwards? We'd have to check into that. It wouldn't it wouldn't doubt me if it could. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all because we don't know black mass and gravity, right? You have to remember them pieces would be smaller and lighter, so it's very well it could have hit on a lower trajectory going downwards, but splintered and it sprayed up. Yeah, that's possible. Debbie says, "What about the belly and stuff?" Yeah, that's why I'm saying if this was an upper trajectory shot coming down on an angle, we should be seeing fragmentations also in his belly, like Fox said, in his arms and in his lower portions, his legs and stuff like that. And this is freaky. It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. I'm not these professional guys. These dudes are professional United States military dudes, right? That talk about this stuff. I'm not them. God, and I want to thank all you guys for your service and all of our police figures and military guys that put their lives on the line. But this is crazy, and that's why you guys are the best of the best and can handle this stuff because you've seen it, you know it, and it could be anything. We don't know anything. Let's just get that straight. There's only one person that knows everything, and that's God Almighty, King of Kings, the bringer of peace, health, healing, love. I don't know everything, and after God is probably our military soldier. They probably would know something. So what am I thinking? I'm seeing both sides say it's a high trajectory. He veered off, got him in the neck. Would I believe that? Yes. It's a lower trajectory shot and it fragmented up and hit him. Yeah, I would believe it because it's possible. Anything is possible when the devil's got his hands in it. That's all I'm saying. And I've been saying it for a long time. I'm just not as crazy to go in public and say it like Charlie. He had a bunch of money. I'm poor. I wouldn't last 1 second out there. They'd eat me alive, literally. Debbie says, nope, not like that. No way. And Miss Debbie Fox is a very controversial woman. Where's the rest of them if it so-called fragmented? Exactly. That's what I was looking at when the shirt comes to rest. I'm not seeing no holes in it. I'm not seeing nothing. And that's what's crazy. The only thing I see is this black thing. But if you see as this impact occurs, this black thing disappears and it shoots over this way. And I don't know where it goes. This whole thing is someone either made this look like it was a sideward, upward shot, and the whole vest and everything is going up, and it hit the corner of the vest and splintered and went up to his neck. Possible. I don't know. Anything's possible. Debbie Fox says those bullets don't fragment out. There's slight or there's straight gunpowder behind that. I don't know, Debbie. Woman, you would know more than me. You probably would know more than me. I'm not sure when it comes to. We don't know if he made his own loads. We don't know if this was stock right from the store, weaponry, or ammo he got. We don't know if he packed his own loads, meaning there could have been anything in it. It could have been It could have been hotter than what he thought. It, he could have put anything in it. When it hit, it just blew apart, and there was fragmentation, and it hit everywhere. Was anyone else hit with fragmentation? Check the tent. Check the cloth behind them that you can see right now. See if you see any holes that could look like fragmentation. Miss Debbie Fox says, this is ridiculous. Everyone is just making crap up. Maybe Miss Fox is right. Maybe we are watching a conspiracy that these people put in place right in front of our eyes. She's right. She's right. She knows a lot. She's probably right. Probably. Not with that kind of firearm, she said. Not with a 30-06. There's people saying, I've been watching videos where they said that's bigger than a 30-06. Well, there's only thing that could be bigger than that, either a 50 cal or a pistol, 45, Desert Eagle or something big caliber. It's just a shirt, Miss Debbie. What vest? It's just a shirt. Well, then we got his whole security team lying and saying he was wearing a vest that day. And that's where the cover up begins. Because his own people are saying that he had his vest on. He loved it and approved of it. 100%. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Debbie Fox is a very controversial woman, and she has her own mind. That's all I'm going to say. You want to argue with her, go right ahead. That's your thing. I'm not. I have 2 of those firearms. No way they mushroom. Well, I don't know what to tell you, little lady. They might mushroom. I've seen many things mushroom, splinter off, and depending on what they hit, uh, they might mushroom. They might flatten out. We don't know. They might explode depending on. We don't know what he used. He might have packed his own load with something that he knew was going to just fragment and just get. If he couldn't get the shot he wanted, he knew that it would fragment and it would just tear him up anyways. But yeah, maybe. We don't know. We just don't know. Now, I find it crazy that we're seeing all this, and Certain people are saying, well, that's not real. Well, who are the people that are putting it out? Why would they put that out? I didn't make this video. I didn't make the video we're watching. Why would these people do that? Debbie said another firearm could do that. Huh? You know what else would do that? Flatten out and go like that. One of them real high powered pellet guns. Yeah, where it's like lead. It's like lead. Everyone knows lead is soft. What does it do? It'll splinter all up. It'll flatten out and yeah. That could have been. We don't know what he did. We don't know yet if this was actually ammo from a ammo store or he packed his own loads, made his own weapon or his own ammo. We have no idea. Hell, I was listening to Sullivan. I was listening to Sullivan, uh, James Sullivan, on that video, and he was saying he was making his own ammo, mercury dipped or whatever, with extra load to make it hot. And even if it, he didn't get a kill shot that the mercury, right? Even if he got him in the arm, the mercury in the load would have killed him eventually. Killed uh, JFK. I was like, holy crap! Go watch that. Watch the James Sullivan video. That was pretty crazy. I was listening to that video, shocked. But he made his own loads. He made his own ammo. You're hitting skin. It's going in. Exactly, Deb. That's what I said too, because in the footage, you see the round in the skin, right? You see it happen, right? You see the blood leaving the entry room. Eventually, it don't right away. It takes a couple seconds. But you have to remember, if it was fragment and it went up into his neck and then into his head or whatever, hit his jugular or whatever, he's pumping massive amount of blood into his body, and it's got nowhere to go yet. For all we know, the round was very hot, and it cauterized it, the entry room. That's why it took so long to bleed. It's possible. That's very possible. But that blood has to go somewhere. And where does it go? It goes in your body. And what happens? You start swelling up. Let me see what Debbie Fox is saying. Not the one that they said he used. Well, they're saying he used Mauser three or a 30-06. We chased bears and dares with that kind of ammo. Yeah, well, that's what they're saying, Deb. Now, could a 30-06 do that damage and everything? Yeah, sure. Heck yeah. Yeah. But I can't say for 100% it was upward trajectory, because we'd be seeing the opposite. That freedom would be going downward. That if it's body armor, Debbie, that should be going downward. Very crazy stuff, man. Some of these professional government dudes are dissecting these videos. That I watched that Paramount Tactical guy, and he was dissecting that whole bit. A couple of these guys are professional soldiers. They're dissecting everything, professional CIA and FBI, and they're dissecting it and what's going on here, Now maybe. Well, all we can do is hope these people are godly people and truth lies in them. and they know what they're talking about. I'm just trying to help the best I can as a viewer of this, as a creator, as somebody that voices their opinions and channels and not only subs but uh, contributes or whatever. My opinion is, yeah, either show us the real footage so we can actually see what happened. If it was a upper shot and he hit him in the neck, then I'll go, hey, yeah, yeah, 100%, back him 100%. That's what happened. But I think something's not right. Something ain't right. It ain't adding up. And I'd like to be up there to see. I would like to see. I would set that tent back up. That guy might not have had a headshot, or he might have just guessed, because that tent comes down and then there's like a 8-inch banner that went around it. Charlie was sitting towards the back of it. This guy might not even have had a shot, and he was just a decoy, like some of us were saying when this first happened. That dude was just a decoy. Wow, somebody's up on the roof, but actually it wasn't him. That's possible, but I don't think so. But I think the dude just guessed because he couldn't. Charlie was too far down in the hole and then had that tent over him. The guy might not have had a perfect shot and he just guessed. Once he seen Charlie roll over, he knew. He contacted him. And that was all. That was good enough. Why? Because he already posted it all over his channels and Discord that he had a chance to take him out. He was going to be the Superman for these people or whatever. And that was good enough. Even if he never got caught, he at least connected with him. And yeah, that's all it takes. People are like, well, it was whatever it was, whoever it was, the job that they sent on or did themselves or whatever uh, was fulfilled or whatever they did, right? That's the way I look at it. Who cares what happened? The job got done. So no matter where he was, he connected. Might not have been the shot he wanted, but it did its job, and that should be good enough to know that this world is crazy. It's disconnected from your brain. All this stuff blew out his neck. Maybe Debbie. Maybe there's people saying he was shot from behind. I also said that it could have came from behind. We don't know. We don't know. Could have came from behind. We're not professionals. We're just YouTubers. Don't kill us. We're just YouTubers. Heart pumping right out. Yeah, Deb. Yeah. Debbie is saying we are talking about a huge bullet. Well, I know that. You can see the hole. Now, if that's now, let me tell you something. You notice the guy that comes up and he takes some kind of a device or camera away that was in the very high up in inside the tent. Did you guys notice that guy in a jacket, a windbreaker, comes up and he takes some device that's behind Charlie that was connected to the tent or something, whether it was a camera or whatever, a microphone. I'm not sure. But people don't understand. Look up weapons that the CIA created for Cold War and stuff. It's a effing pen to kill you. It's unbelievable. It was a, you know what it was? It was a, it was a pin, and that pin was an explosive. These they created all kinds of stuff. And Miss Debbie Fox, I didn't want to upset you, but you said it was impossible that a camera could be a gun. Well, I looked it up, and there was a camera that was made back in the 30s or 40s, or no, 50s, I think it was. That was a movie projector, but it was actually a weapon. Yeah, it was a camera. It looked like a movie camera, but it was a weapon. We don't know. Just don't kill us all. We're just idiots. Take Debbie Fox, please save me. I'm joking, Debbie. I gotta make fun of this because if you don't, you are going to be the next one that goes crazy and ends up hurting people. I refuse to let it get me depressed. And in that brain or way of thought, I already have a disability. It's horrible. I'm going to agree with millions and millions and millions and millions of people. It's horrible what happened. Horrible. No man or woman should go through that ever. No child, no one. Ever. Ever. We are supposed to be smarter than animals, but all I see is a bunch of animals out there. God created us to be smarter than the animals. Now the animals are the smart one. And I'm talking real life animals. Bears, lions, tigers, monkeys, birds. They're the safe ones. And humans now have become animals. Evolution change, maybe. Maybe a rover, maybe. Possibly. I'm not going to say God can do anything. Who knows? I don't think it was from behind. Well, I don't think so. I'm not sure, Deb. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Could it have been? Anything's possible. I agree with you, Deb. I agree with you 100%, Debbie. We don't know, Deb. We just don't know. I don't think it was done from behind. I never said that. I have a can gun. It's also dangerous. Oh my God, Debbie. A can gun. You mean it looks like a can? Yeah, see? And she didn't believe me when I said, well, they make a camera that's a weapon. Well, it looks just like a VCR camera, but it's a gun. And you told me no, it's impossible. Well, I'm just telling you, little lady. I looked it up. You mean a cane gun? Oh, you mean a cane? It's a cane, a walking cane. Yes, they created that a long time ago, Debbie. Espionage, CIA or whatever, espionage or whatever. Yes, a cane that looks like a cane, but it's also a weapon. That's true. I've seen that too, Deb. I can tell you what, thank you, Lord, for letting us live on this earth and for us still being alive. All glory goes to God. Amen. I feel horrible for the Kirk family, his wife and children. It's horrible. Condolences. Uh, Anyone that has to be sacrificed like that, or even sacrifices themselves like that, is horrible. It shouldn't. We shouldn't have to. Who is the animals and who are the humans? I don't know. I don't know. But I can tell you what. I'm not going to shoot any of these birds that come here to feed at my little place there. Or any of the beautiful little squirrels. I ain't going to kill them. They're not attacking me. And they come and knock on my window here. You got any peanuts, Johnny? Sure do. Little buddy, here you go. All glory to God. Yeah. Who's the real animals? I don't know. Candy cane. Yeah, Debbie, it's a can. Well, a candy cane. It looks like a piece of candy. I wouldn't doubt it. It would not shock me. A regular walking cane, yeah, turned into a gun. Sure. A candy cane that you eat. Sure. Technology and these nut jobs have come so far. It's unbelievable. And I just don't want it. We don't want this in our country anymore, this man. I don't care what you got to do, pay him off. I know the government's going, wait a minute, just pay him. I give everyone in America $1 million. They ain't going to want to kill anybody. They're going to want to go spend their money. They're going to want to have, they're going to be too busy. I'm a millionaire now. You want to go kill someone? No. I'm going to go buy a new motorcycle and stuff, go dirt bike ride. You know, do something. Do something. This is madness. It's just madness. And I agree with these other people. We're the United States of America. We saved most of these countries. Why are we the targets? I don't know. It's crazy. Madness. Debbie saying candy canes can. Yeah. I saw when they were looking him in the SUV. There was tons of blood. Yeah, I seen that when they were loading Mr. Kurtz up into the SUV. You can tell he was already gone. I mean, he was already a guy that was pretty pale, right? But he did look like it was too late. There was no ambulance there. Can you tell me this? Can you tell me that this is a rally and you don't have an ambulance there in case something happens to somebody in the crowds? In case something happens to Charlie, you don't have an ambulance on site? It just ain't making sense. I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb. Anything could have happened. Being a ambulance should have been there already. This just ain't making sense. Debbie, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Debbie says on his neck area, I am sure he was already gone. Yeah. Yeah, as soon as it entered him and cut all them nerves and spinal stuff and everything, he was gone. And thank God he didn't suffer. It's just too much. You know, and this idiot having a towel or something like that wrapped up the gun and whatever, there's a good chance him running and dropping it and holding it and everything, it could have wiped the prints off of it. There might have been prints, but that dang towel or gun sack or whatever they call it, you know, it rubbing around, it could have rubbed the fingerprints off. If they're right and they said he took the or he put the gun together there, if he didn't have gloves on, then there's a good chance fingerprints and DNA are on the inside of that gun. There's a good chance. There's a good chance. We'll have to wait and see because they sent it off to the ATF to have it looked at or whatever. We'll see. These topics were taboo back in our day. Now it's dinner conversation. Hey, mom, let out our body parts and change our identification because I want to stop sign. Yeah, Debbie. Yeah. Well, these younger kids, you know, they're poor. I mean, it's obvious this dude was not poor. He lived in a beautiful apartment and had a beautiful car. Why would you all that so much going for you? Well, he must have been in debt. How did he get that stuff anyway? Who knows? Hold on, man. I gotta go to the bathroom. Debbie, you got it here? I gotta run real quick. Hold on. All right. Well, I was also watching Heavy Duty Diesel, Danny, and he was pissed. He's just like, let us at these people. He's like, people are talking about a civil war. I'm like, oh, I hope not. I hope not. We'd be just as bad as them. I know what he's saying. Millions of us are sick of it, but it ain't our job. This is something that the government should be doing. They get paid to do it. It's either that or like they're saying, you know, Danny wants to have these dudes go out to the desert somewhere. So it could be a giant firefight. I'm like, oh my god. Which, yeah, if it don't get, who's doing? And then you have this whole this girl getting stabbed from Ukraine, which was just heartbreaking. It was just heartbreaking. And did she even know she was stabbed? Why didn't she call the police? Is my question. Why didn't anybody do anything? I have no idea. She just sat there, and I don't understand why she didn't call 911 or look at them people and say, "Help me!" Somebody, he just stabbed me. Horrible. It was just horrible. And then for that guy to to use racial stuff, is he was possessed. Uh, yeah, I think so. I was telling government. I think we know these guys. I think it is some kind of possession, very evil. I don't know. It was heartbreaking to see what happened to that young lady on the railway. I can't believe it either. And no one's holding these people down. The way it ain't us holding these people down. You're pissed at anybody. Be pissed at the government. We're the ones telling you not to talk and use the N word like that around us, white people. Are you kidding me? My grandfather was friends with black people. They didn't use it, right? They knew it ain't nobody holding us down, anymore. They were fought in the wars and everything. I don't know why they still use that word. They can't let it go. It wasn't even us. They're killing people that wasn't even born when all that slavery crap happened. I wasn't even born. You're killing us for shit we had nothing to do. We weren't even on Earth. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It is. It's just ridiculous. We used to talk about aliens and that. So hush, hush, don't say anything. People will think you're crazy. Yeah, I remember that growing up. Aliens, monsters, and stuff. Don't talk like that. People will think you're crazy. They'll lock you up. Well, they will. I'm here to tell you. I'm sure will take everything from you. But Debbie's right. You start talking about aliens, people think you're crazy, or ghosts, or monsters, or Bigfoot. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, nobody helped her, Deb. Nobody. She didn't even scream out. She put her head in her hands and she just, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Didn't she know? Did she speak English? Did she know 911? Why didn't she call someone or something? Someone stabbed me. Help me. I don't know. What is it with it's almost like a demonic takeover where these people don't even react to I've been shot or I'm stabbed or someone's raping me or something. It's almost like a demonic thing takes over that whole area. And no one does. All you can do is just sit there and die. It's crazy. All right, we are at an hour. I'm going to end this video. I'll be back. I want to thank the Debbie Fox for stopping in and voicing her opinion. A very controversial woman. And I don't know who else stopped in, but whoever watched, whoever's out there, thank you. And I put the description of these videos in my chat and in the description. Go check these channels out. One of them is Paramount Tactical. Go check that dude out. The other one is Forensic Engineering and Failure. So go check them out. There you go. I don't got nothing against promoting channels that I'm watching myself and trying to learn from. I'm not in it for the money. I don't make money on this channel. I don't have any accounts or anything to collect money. I'm an idiot. And hands up to these guys that have these channels that are great creators and know what they're talking about. God bless. Remember back in the day, Debbie Fox says, the N word was only thing we worried about looking at now. Yeah. Yeah. The N word. We were raised not to use it because we were all equal. And these people fought in wars. They became like brothers, like family. So you didn't use the N word really. It was bad to use. Although some of us used it when you got mad or something happened or whatever. You had an altercation with them. Yeah, people have used it like that. But really, they were raised, it wasn't bad. They were your brothers. They went to war. Uh, they were in foxholes getting shot. They saved each other's lives. And somehow they got around color in the military. And even in the military, there was problem, racial stuff. But you have to put that all aside when you're at war. And you have to become best friends, brothers, sisters, or you'll die. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Debbie Fox says, don't misgender someone for God's sakes. I don't know. That's what they're pushing now. This whole thing, this whole gender thing or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a little bit of everything, folks. It's a little bit of everything. What do I think? I think they're mad because Trump cut off. They can get their operations, but they got to pay for it themselves. Well, do you got $400,000 sitting around to pay for an operation? I don't know. I mean, and that's about how much it probably would cost to do an operation like that. You're looking in the hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff, right? Yeah, I mean, I imagine it could be them, but I think it's a little bit of everything. People are saying, well, he was killed because of the gangs. And the things he said, right when he said gangs, he was killed. Well, maybe it was gangs. Maybe Trump saying he was bringing in the military and pissed off the gangs, and they did. Yeah, maybe, but evidence is showing else. The evidence is showing from what they're saying, this transgender thing. And I got no, honestly, I don't care. Am I going to kill people over it? No, but it's obvious they'll kill us. And just for voicing our opinion that we don't think it's right. But who are we? We're not God. So I don't know. I'm confused myself, Debbie, about this whole mess. All I know is I love women. I was raised on women's bodies, and you can't change this free bird vagina, man. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. That's just I like women. I don't know. I just I don't know. It's upsetting, but I don't know what to tell you. No, we're gonna end this video and have a great day and God bless. And I don't mean to upset anybody. People come in here and say they're, uh, you know, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not trying to upset them. I just think it's wrong. You're going to do whatever you're going to do. No one can change a person unless they want to change. I don't know. I can tell you what, we're in trouble if everyone gets a sex change because we're not going to be able to. We're not going to be able to produce to sustain a country. It's just, it's horrible. It's just horrible. I mean, there is a way to do that. I mean, I don't want to say it, you know, through the labs or whatever. Yeah, that's true. We can create it probably through, you know, through the labs. But then, I mean, that's just money, 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 and it's doing nothing but costing us American citizens more money. I don't know. I think we need to change, folks. That's just my opinion. You folks want to remain acting crazy, go right ahead. I can't change it. I would suggest not to, but there's nothing I can do. They're not going. You can't help a druggie, an addict, if he don't want to change his life. He wants to, but he can't. That's true. The drugs got him. Well, that's true too. But if he ain't ready to do it, as soon as he does get cured and released, uh, well, 9 out of 10 times he'll go back to it. But you got to be strong. You got to say no. And believe me, the urge after you quit drinking for 20 years or whatever, and doing drugs or whatever like that, heavy stuff, pills and everything, you lose the urge. The urge goes away from the brain, and then you wake up and you don't have the urge no more, and you're like, this is great. Well, it sucks getting to that point where you don't have the urge. But once you do get there and the urge is gone, then you don't have no addiction no more. And you wake up and you're not vomiting from drinking the whole day, and you're not throwing up because you're not injecting shit into your arms and your body and pills and everything. And it's going to take a while. Nothing is easy. But eventually, you're going to wake up one day and you're just going to be like, your brain's going to be different, your body, and you're going to be like, I don't even think about doing drugs no more or anything. Yeah, drinking alcohol. No, change it. Yeah, it sucks, but we'll get there. We'll get there. God bless you all, and you're all great. And Debbie says, ill. What's ill, little Deb? That's right, she said. She said, that's right, and ill. I don't know. Test tubes. Yeah. Nah, I was born test tube baby myself, I think. A lot of people are like, what? Ooh, ow. I don't know. Here I am. I don't know if I was a test tube. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We all might have been and just placed with people that we thought were our families, but really wasn't. My God, it'll make a great movie. Let's do it. All right, I'm ending this thing. Debbie, I'll see you later and talk to you later. God bless everyone. I'll be back. What a great live, Debbie. Great conversation with you in chat. What a woman that uses her own mind, and controversial woman. Have a good night. All glory goes to God. Amen.